It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hello. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Come on.
I thought you was gonna finish the line.
Oh, what's the rest of? Oh, won't you be my neighbor?
Stop. Get up.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Journey of Love podcast.
What are we, Quiet Storm now?
We might be.
Where's Keith Sweat when you do that?
Jeez. You know, it's your girl Ashley. I'm here with the husband. You gonna say your name so that people know who you are? Or you just,
What up, though?
You gonna say your name? I mean, they might not know.
They should know me.
I mean, but it might be a new listener. They don't. You gonna?
It's your boy. Capital P, capital H, lowercase ILMORE.
But first of all, why are the two first letters capital?
Listen. Now I brought myself in. Now we throwing stones on how I brought myself in?
Because it's not spelled correctly.
This ain't grammar school.
Oh, God. You are not homeschooling our children.
You're right. I'm not. I don't want to.
So how are you doing today, babe?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I just had some ice cream, so my day is great.
Good.
I don't like that face you just made at me.
Why?
This is why we need to record our sessions. Because I need people to see how you be looking at me for real.
No,
for
they
real.
don't.
No, they need to know. The people need to know.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
We gonna start recording. We're gonna start recording. Around what episode?
Don't give them false hope right now.
What? Why we can't start recording?
Don't.
You know that is gonna be a lot of work. I say that, and then that means
Right.
I gotta be ready. I gotta have makeup done and hair done.
She said makeup done. And she need a powder girl.
Child, I need a whole team to get ready. You right. Let me rethink that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me rethink that. Well, I think what I do is I just start recording clips so you looking at me crazy that way. I ain't gotta be in it. That's so goddamn. I'm gonna write that down.
Wow. Wow.
What we getting into today, babe?
You know, we was watching the show, and what was the name of it again?
What show? We watch a lot of shows, right?
No, I mean, you know what show I'm talking about.
What show?
What's the name of
The
it?
drama?
No.
We got Family or Fiance.
That's the name of it? Family or Fiance?
Will they bring their families together?
Yeah. Okay. So, paint the picture for my listeners out there. So, it's a show that my wife had me watching sometimes. For many of her.
I haven't watched a lot of shows.
You have a lot of shows. It's hard for me to keep up. That's why I didn't know the name of it. I was like, which one is it? But anyway, it's like, so as a couple, they about to get married, whatever. Mm-hmm. So they bring a small portion of their family. Mm-hmm. It's usually like three people, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't have to necessarily be exact family members. Sometimes they're cousins or friends or neighbors, dogs, whoever.
Not dogs, child.
Whatever. So this one particular episode that I was watching, the groom. Mm-hmm. The groom was a DJ. He was a famous DJ. I've never heard of him, but apparently, you know, DJs make a lot of money, so it depends where he at. Mm-hmm. I ain't never heard of him, but he's a popular DJ. Because the whole episode, he had on everything designer. I noticed it. I know you noticed it too, especially with them green shoes he had on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was fly.
So, he brought his... Well, who did he bring? He brought his mom. He brought his best friend...
I think his sister.
And his sister, right? And so his fiance, she brought her dad and two of her sisters, right?
I think so. I can't remember who she brought.
Either it was a sister and a cousin.
Something like that.
Right. But anywho, the fiance had an issue with the best friend. Now, the guy, he been knowing his best friend since I think they was like elementary school, second, third, something around in there.
It was a long time.
Long time. Almost 30 years they've been Ace Boon Coon. They showed the little baby pictures and all of them just hanging out, yada yada yada. and he's been dating. I don't even remember how long he been dating the girl. How long he been dating the girl?
I don't remember. It was a couple of years though.
Yeah, it was a couple years, maybe 2, 3. He been dating the girl, this, that, and the other. And so the issue was that the best friend really wasn't feeling the girl,
and she wasn't feeling him.
And she
either.
wasn't feeling him. So they went to the counselor, and so they just made him. He had to choose.
He being the fiance, the groom.
The groom. He had to choose between his fiance and his best friend for almost 30 years. Because she was like, I don't want him at the wedding. I don't want him nowhere near me. He could be gone for all I care. This, that, and the other. And it was hard for him because he loves his fiance. But he's like, man, it's been my guy. It's been my guy forever. So when he finally mustered up the seed and the soul to tell his best friend that he's no longer the best man nor invited to the wedding, he's going to tell him in front of everybody. The fiance pulls him to the side right when he's going to say it and say, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. Now, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with it.
Okay,
because
you got a problem with what she said or
the whole episode, she was on 10. The whole episode. Now she has a right to, because he did make some comments that this, that, and while she was ear hustling.
It doesn't matter. Let me stop there. So let me add a little more context to what he's telling you. So somewhere along the line where the groom, we're going to get these people's names so I don't get confused. So we just going to say the groom's name is John and the bride's name is Amy for the purposes of this conversation. So somewhere along the line, John was talking to his friend and he made the comment of, because Amy has 2 daughters.
Right.
He made the comment of one of the daughters was prettier
than the other one, right?
He just said she's pretty. And as far as the other daughter, his words was, I hope she has a good personality. She has a good personality, which implies that the other daughter is ugly. That's how I would take that. That's how, especially from a mother's standpoint as well, even if I didn't have a child, I would take it as, oh, dang, you calling her ugly? Because that's typically what people say. Oh, how so-and-so look? I mean, they're cool. They got a nice personality type thing. You know what I'm saying? So Amy overhears that. And John doesn't say anything to his friend to correct him and say, hey, yo, don't say that. Those are about to be my stepdaughters. He just went with the conversation that his friend did. So she has every right.
For our listeners, we're just speculating. We're just, because they didn't show us the clip of what was going. This is pieces of stuff that we gathered from both sides, and yelling at each other and this, that, and the other. So the best friend has said that he apologized. Well, first of all, he was like, I didn't know he was on the phone, and
it doesn't matter.
The groom was like,
the groom to me,
he didn't mean it like that. This, that, and the other. I know what he meant. This, that, and the other.
I hate that.
And so it was just a whole bunch of back and forth during the whole episode. So today we're gonna just talk about who's in, who's out, and not necessarily it has to be with if you finna get married, but it's just with a relationship, because you have some people that get in a relationship and then they immediately cut all their friends off. I
don't think you should do that.
Right.
Not immediately.
They be like, oh my God, he in a relationship. Next thing you know, they just don't hear from him for about 2-3 months, and then they come out and they surface back up. Hey guys, this, that, and the other. And then you have the ones that are around way too much.
Yes, God.
And don't know how to back up and give space. And, they enforce their will. Like, man, I was here first type deal. So today we're going to talk about, how do you distinguish when do you draw the line, or
do you draw the line?
Do you draw the line? Yeah, you can say that. Or what are different ways you have to draw the line, because it can be a
burden, headache.
Yes,
juggling act.
Juggling act. Because I mean, you have, and it's not always the women. It's men too. Men can be, like, I don't want you to have no friends. This, that, and the other. You just with me.
Well with me.
This, that, and the other.
Tried it.
So
to the left, to the So let me ask you this. So at what point do you think in a relationship should the conversation or the idea come of, I may have to cut so-and-so off, my best friend, my cousin, whoever the person may be? How soon in a relationship should you actually consider that? Because in my mind, you shouldn't be a weekend talking about, oh, I can't talk to you because she don't like you. Not a weekend. So like, what is there a magic time frame from which it's like, okay, we've been dating for a year or 2 years or 3 years, and this has been an issue for majority of this time frame. So yeah, I might need to cut this person off, or I might need to cut you off. Like, how does that work? What you think?
I'm just gonna go from a guy's perspective.
Okay.
Yeah. Guys, depend on the guy. Mm-hmm. Listeners don't know, I try to see all angles, because there's different versions of guys. So, and so growing up and knowing different guys, so there's different angles. So you may have the the guy that's like, yo, these my boys, my ride or dies, and it all depends on the closeness, really. Like, how close are you? And most guys, when there's a chick involved and it's serious,
okay,
and they in your inner circle, they know how to fall back.
So the friends know how to fall back without anyone having to say anything. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They know it. Yes, they know how to when they know it's serious. When it's not serious, they don't give a hoot. And that's with me. It's me as well. I mean, if I know this chick ain't gonna be, serious, or you not taking it serious, I'm not finna be, acting like you finna marry her tomorrow, because I know it ain't serious, or you ain't even came to me and talked to me like it's serious. That's if we're that close. Right. So, and I do know a few guys that just, when they get in a relationship, they just straight up get mute, and then you can tell. And I'm the type of guy, I'm not finna, when I know you're in a relationship and I don't, push up on it. And most guys don't. They really, unless they just trying to show off a little side piece, really, they serious with, they don't really bring them around for real. Cause it's like, it's my sacred, this is my, and they know they boys are fools and clowns and this, that, and they were like, nah. Not the fact that they're ashamed of them, but it's like they don't want to taint that image, or, cause they trying to get used to the chick or the girl. So they were like, I'm not trying to scare her away. Okay.
So it sounds like whenever a guy realizes that he's serious with the girl, so it's not really a time frame, just whenever he's serious with her, then it becomes, or could potentially come the idea, okay, of, if she says, you know what, your friend Jim Bob just really rubs me the wrong way. Like, he comes over, he does this, and I don't appreciate that. So is that the point where the guy's like, all right, I got to handle or deal with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to make them understand that, I'm serious about this. Like, serious, like, chill out. Just chill out until, even if you got your opinion, because guys and girls do this anyway. Right. Your friend gonna get your opinion anyway, and then you gonna just gonna do the opposite. You gonna do what you want to do anyway.
Right.
So
that's true.
You just still need that. You my homie. I'm gonna need you to chill just until I figure out what this is. just to figure this out.
Okay.
And I've never been in that position to sit there with none of my homeboys and just be like, nah. So
I can imagine it's tough, especially a friend you've known since you was
right
a peewee. You know,
right. In his case, you know, his fiance, and let's say they've been together a few years, let's say 3 tops. That's hard for you to sit there and tell somebody you've been knowing since the dirt.
Yeah.
Probably mom, grandma been in for one of the most important times of your life.
Yeah.
That you can't be a part of. And that's very hard. That's very difficult. Hard. And it's almost, and you can tell it was eating him up because he was trying to appease both sides.
He was playing sides is what he was doing.
He was trying to
from
please
the female
his wife
perspective. Yeah. He was still trying to be cool with his homeboy. He was trying to please his fiance. But the thing is, you can't do both. Like, you have to, essentially have to choose a side. Mm-hmm. You know, just when he was going back to the example when the friend was talking about the daughters, there is no rationale, no explanation that can explain to me, just me personally, and I know not to her because she was on 10 about it, that you can tell me that's going to make me feel better about the situation as to why you did not stand up or why you did not step in and say, hey, that's not cool. That's not okay. That's not good. And that little excuse of, I know where he was coming from, that's BS.
I can tell you why.
That is BS. And you know it's BS.
I can tell you why.
Tell me why.
I can tell you why.
Because that's BS. I was mad with her like, girl, what?
I can tell you why.
And he didn't say nothing? Oh, girl, leave him. He ain't got no backbone. No.
I can tell you why. And I'm going to say this for like 80%. Because I've heard all kind of stories.
Okay.
Of similar situations.
Uh-huh.
The reason why it went down the way it did is because he himself has not accepted them all the way.
Accepted the children?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. The children are an extension of the woman he's going to marry.
I understand that.
So by disrespecting the children, he disrespected her, which in turn disrespected him. I don't understand why people don't realize that. It's a whole circle. Because if someone disrespects me as your wife, they disrespect you as my husband.
That's correct.
That's just what it is. So I'm not clear. Like I hear you that he may not accept the children, but children are always off limits with me. I don't care if they my children or somebody else's children. You know, just don't. You know, and the child might not have been cute, but that's not for you to say.
That is correct.
You know what I'm saying?
So he was at that moment when the comment was made, he hadn't in his psyche he hasn't got to that level of love for them yet. Mm-hmm. You know, and so and at the same time he was in bro mode when he was talking to his best friend. So girl mode, bro mode, whatever, when y'all talk to your friends with each other, this, that, and that, there's a different level of conversation depending on what level you are with your significant other, this, that, and the other. So he was in bro mode and he was talking like they sitting there at the bar, this, that, and the other, and he has not fully accepted them whole.
I don't know if I agree with that.
You don't have to agree with it.
No,
we're not asking. We're not asking because we're not asking you to agree with it.
I don't know, because when I'm talking to my homegirls, even if they're dating someone I don't personally care for, I'm not going to bash them. Now, if they say something or they come complaining to me about a certain situation that they handled wrong or they're being mistreated, you know, then that's the door's open. Now I can come in. And even at that time, I'm still not going to be like, oh, he ain't this, he ain't that, he ain't that. It's just, you know, hey, you might want to watch out for this. You know, you said you want a relationship that resembles, you know, A, B, and C. And what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing is not the relationship that you say you want. So, you know, Yes, go ahead. He can raise his hand like he in school. Go ahead. What you got?
Do you realize that all conversations go there? You know how many times females be like, "Oh, that nigga ain't this, and that nigga ain't that, this, that, the other." So yes,
no, I'm not saying I don't have those conversations, but
not
when
all conversations.
When it gets to that level,
audience.
When it gets to that level, it's because they have already cut that person off, and then I can just go in because I'm like, "Oh, you done? Bet." Let me tell you. You know what I'm saying?
That is not always how it goes. You know that. You know that. We watching the doggone sister television show, and
I know.
And we know that doesn't go. So, audience, please doesn't believe that we're saying that is the way it always goes.
So, okay, so let's just get back to it then. So, how do you decide who's in and who's out? Like, what? I guess from that male perspective, how do you decide that? Okay, you know, I'm with this girl, I love her. And, you know, the two most important people in my life, my homeboy and my soon-to-be wife, are not meshing. And I want both relationships, but I can't because they're going at each other too much and I'm in the middle and I'm tired. So
I think, and this is just me, I think that people need to realize that there are seasons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, people have their moments of, you know, relationships and time and things that goes on in life.
Right.
So I think maturity has to be involved. And I also think that they have to realize that they have to choose. So being smart on a moral and common sense thing. Okay. They have to look at whoever's stuck in the middle or felt like they're stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Because they have to realize that, look, what's priority at that moment.
So the bros before hoes, or?
Ooh, whoa.
I mean, that's.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Whoa. Priority at his moment was he needed to handle his business and marry his woman that he claims that he loves. Now, he would have to take, and I say by seasons, that he was going to have to take a temporary loss with his best friend. That's in trusting that whatever backlash he gets, he's going to, yes, it's going to hurt, but if his best friend is still going to be his best friend, that later down on the line, mm-hmm. years or however long it takes, mm-hmm. that there will be a conversation had, mm-hmm. and they will hash it out. So therefore, there can be a complete middle ground or happy place, this, that, and the other. Because I've been there with best friend, mm-hmm. and we went a couple years, mm-hmm. not talking, mm-hmm. and I'm talking about flat out talking, mm-hmm. mad at each other, this, that, and the other. And, you know, it took, you know, a moment of coming together, maturity, and just like, look, let's talk about this, hash it out. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, you still my friend. Mm-hmm. And if that's what you want, mm-hmm. so, and that's what it takes. Now, if you can't come to that common ground, then you lost one.
I guess my question would be, I hear what you're saying, but I think too, you have to realize that if it's really a friend, they would respect your decision and respect who you're with. So I guess, I mean, he still would have to, if we're using a situation from the show, he still would have to make sure that his wife is comfortable with that guy, the best friend being around.
Well, I mean, that's part of the
talk.
All that. That's part of the come back around and.
But the talk with who? Like, should the groom talk to the best friend? To the wife? I mean, collectively, separately, as a group.
First of all, the friends need to get cool again first.
Do they?
Yeah, before you even bring it. How can I be cool? How can I bring somebody to you that ain't even hashed it out with yet? That don't even make sense to me. I'm not gonna bring nobody near to you if I'm not. That's part of me. That I ain't even hashed it out.
Okay.
So I need to hash it out with them first before I even talk to you. By bringing them to you?
And do you think a group meeting needs to happen?
No.
Really?
No.
Listen, I'm so pro group meetings. You know why?
No.
Let me tell you why. Because miscommunications happen. Things get misunderstood. Assumptions get made. And I'm all for, I want you to hear from the horse's mouth. This is what I'm going to say. I want everybody at the table. I'm speaking once so everybody get the same message. So when so-and-so calls you and tell you about it, that nothing's misconstrued. Ain't no details left out. Ain't no.
The group meeting can happen after we didn't hash it out with the individual.
So what if that
can't happen? It can't happen at the same time.
No, but I'm saying, so you have resolved the issues with your friend, and then, like, what if you've resolved it, but it's still an issue with your significant other? Then what?
Then you can have all the whatever they need to woosah or feel better, or.
And what if they then say they still not? Then what? Are you still gonna be friends with this person? Are you still gonna hang out with them? Like, this is tricky. It's a balancing act. Like, if I say I don't want you hanging out with, what was my name? Jim Bob.
Jim Bob.
Jim Bob.
Hanging out with Jim Bob.
Jim Bob. Because every time Jim Bob come over here when we have an event, he is, doing whatever he's doing. Then what? Like, y'all have hashed it out.
That's when you go tell Jim Bob, look, you need to go fix it right with her. We can't hang or do X, Y, and Z till you fix it out with her.
Oh, okay. And if that still don't work out, then what?
You can't do it, and you can't really just the appropriate way for your significant other is to chill until they hash it out the appropriate way, if you want to be politically correct.
And if they never hash it out, it just won't happen.
It won't happen.
Oh, so they can just
politically
they can never be in the same room together. Is that what that means? No. Okay. So I would say deciding who's in, who's out. I think that's a tough one. I don't think
It's tough.
Let me see. Have I ever really been there?
Because it's, at the same time, the opposite person could be petty and be like, "Well, I lost one. We all finna be out here friendless." Yep, you got folk that do that, and then hit you with the same cards. How you gonna fight that?
And we finna be friendless. All right. So,
I mean, y'all hear me, audience? You done got married, and she done told you can't hang out with your homeboy and say, I don't want you ever hanging out with him again. And then you done got petty and be like, well, I don't want you hanging out with such no more. Yeah, she gonna say why and this, that. Well, I'm your hood, just like you said. I don't feel comfortable. I mean,
God. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever been in that situation per se. I mean, I've definitely had guys that I've dated that have tried to tell me not to talk to some of my guy friends, but it definitely wasn't to the level of seriousness where I would seriously consider it. So, I mean, if at any point I was told that, my response would be like, okay, well, you can leave. And I mean, I wouldn't think twice about it. I don't know if it was a serious relationship as you and I, husband and wife. I mean, I can imagine it'd be hard. Like, if you were to be on the outs with my besties, I would be like, word, like, what's wrong with y'all? Why you ain't talking? What's going on?
And you know what? And as we sit there saying this is hard and tricky, to some people, this is not. Some will be like, I will do anything to. So they like, you want me to get rid of all these? I will do it.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't throw away people who have been of value to your life. Right. So to me, in the instance using my best friends, they have been very valuable and over, oh God, I've known them for 15, 16 years, so, and then I've known for longer than that. So if there was going to be some type of discord is, to me, in my mind at this point, I value both relationships. You know, so it's like, do I want to stop either relationship? No. You know, I might have to maneuver and tweak some things, but it's like something's got to give, but at the same time, it can't be a toss away, because you don't want people to feel like they're disposable.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, at no point can they come to me and say, I don't like Phil, divorce him. You know what, girl? You right. He shouldn't have looked at you like that. You right, girl. Let me go to the court. You know what I'm saying? And in no time Real weak. In no time can you say, you know what? They didn't wish me a happy birthday. They rude. I'm over it. Get rid of them. Don't talk to them no more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know.
So just you made a key point. You said they've been a great value in your life.
Yeah.
Now, who could, you know, as much as they've been a great value in your life, how can somebody sit there and tell you to get rid of them when you know they mean so much? Like, be the judge, like, I can't tell. You get what I'm saying? How can somebody on the outside who doesn't know the relationship that y'all have had, the stuff that you've been through, tell you they ain't nothing?
Well, one, because they're never gonna have the relationship that you have with them that's starting off. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing. The other thing is how that relationship or that person that you're in relationship with, whether it be a friendship, family, coworker, whatever, how they make your mate feel. You know what I'm saying? So it, to some degree, is I'll just use, for instance, like if one of my best friends was dating someone I didn't like. I'll use it like that. So I would think that I'm of value to them because we've been friends for, like I said, 15 plus years. So I know that this person is special. However, I also know that this person ain't sugar, honey, iced tea. Okay. Take the first letter of each word. I'm trying not to cuss. Okay. So look at me like that.
I got it.
So, I don't expect that person to be able to influence my friend to get rid of me. But what I would do, just because of the person that I am, and not everyone does that, but if I see that there's some kind of discord or issue, I'm going to fall back and let you figure that part out. But in my mind, that doesn't mean we're not friends. It just means that you need a minute. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So, because I know you're going to come to your senses, you know, about the whole situation and see them for who they are. And then you have those situations where both people really feel slighted. You know, going back to the example from the show, the best friend felt that she had an attitude about everything. You know, she was hot-headed, and that he didn't like the way that she was treating John, the groom. And Amy, the bride, was like, well, you too much in our business. You disrespectful. You this, you know? So each person has their viewpoint, and to each person, their viewpoint is valid. I don't know. It's a tough one because the whole time that guy was saying, but I mean, I see your side. I see his side. And me watching, I was like, I don't see his side at all. Because
you had found out that say with the girl, you was on her side all day long.
I'm done. Like, I don't see how okay, this is my problem. I don't see how you know someone has said something wrong or has purposely done something wrong, and I tell you that they purposely did it, and you're sitting here like, oh, I see their side. They don't have a side. They don't have a side. We're not going to excuse bad behavior. We're not going to do that. It's talking about, oh, that's them, or that's just how they are, or we not going to do that. Somebody needs to own up and say, you know what you said was wrong. What you did was foul, and you need to apologize. Even if you don't think so, for my sake and for the sanity of my mind, you need to apologize. Period. And I feel like that issue could have been solved had he just said that. Apologize.
But he said it. He said it several times on the show. He apologized for it. He's even said it at the dinner table.
His apologies was weak.
Oh, so now we're grading on.
I'm just saying, you can tell if a person is sincerely sorry or if they just saying it to be saying it. Mm-hmm. Can you not?
Yeah.
Okay. So
we wasn't there. They never showed when
not that apology.
Made the initial apology, but he said several times during the show that I've apologized several times, so I don't know. But even his quote unquote apology again was sarcastic, which leads me to believe his other apologies were sarcastic as well, because the way he was handling the situation was totally wrong. So once that distrust has been broken, I mean, it takes a long time to fix it. Like, once you have wronged me so many times, and if you were to, okay, for instance, he said he was sorry. So let's just say years down the line, or even months down the line, where he has learned his lesson, the friend has learned his lesson, not to say anything about his daughters. But somebody comes to her and was like, oh man, I heard him talking about your daughters. You know why she's inclined to believe that? Because he's done it in the past. So even if he didn't do it, she's inclined to believe that he did because he's done it in the past. So even if he's innocent, it doesn't matter because you have a history of BSing and treating my daughters and talking about them like crap. So yes, I believe this person that tells me that. Because you have a history that you've proven all by yourself, not by hearsay, that you have done so. And then when it gets to it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. I'm curious to see what the listeners got to say, because that was a tough spot for him, but it's also a hard spot for. So what you're saying is once he has, you said 5 years gone by and he didn't learn his lesson, or he's ain't did nothing wrong, he's still in the doghouse. Slick.
I mean, slick. And I say
there's no getting over it. It's not.
There
not
is,
forgetting, but there's not no.
But if there was never a sincere apology, then
what if it was? What if there was? What if there was a sincere apology, and so it means he's still in.
There would have to have been trust developed by then within that 5 year period or whatever that period is. And if there had not been trust during that time period, then it's still going to be an issue.
Okay, so let's say he came with the sincere apology, 5 years, no incidents. No incidents.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so does that count as trust has been, or you just?
But have we had? That's what I'm about to say. Have we built a rapport? Have we?
I would hope so in the 5 years.
I mean, hey, a lot of people don't mean nothing in 5 years.
5 years. I mean,
I cannot talk to somebody 5 years and be just fine.
So if you're not talking to them, you don't know if they've changed or not.
Right.
Okay. So
right.
I'm saying they've changed. I mean, you.
Okay, so they've changed.
They
are a new creature in Christ.
Right.
Okay.
Dang. You're listening, folks? It is hard getting out the doghouse. So, and you hear somebody say, "I heard them talk about your chick." Are you going back to that place?
If
are you going back to that place?
Not for me. Like, if for me personally, if rapport has been established since then, my first thing would be first to reach out to them and say, "Hey, listen," because you know me, I'm all about just getting to it. Somebody told me that you said this. Did you say it or did you not? And from then, based on that conversation, how their interaction and their response, we'll go from there. If you tell me no, and, I believe it and there's sincerity, then cool. And if you tell me, yeah, I said it, and I said it because of yada, 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 then we're back at square one. So, I mean, it just depends on the relationship that's built between that time frame. Because I know for me personally, like, you if you're a repeat offender and you never apologize for the first 3 times you effed up, when you get to that 5th, 6th F up, and then you talking about some, oh, I'm sorry, or oh, I didn't mean it. I'm like, no, you meant it because it's your 6th time doing it. You are a habitual offender at this point. So it's like, nah, you can keep that. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So I do have a question for you though. Mm-hmm. So during that whole show, you saw how they brought their families together, 3 people from families, friends, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. Do you think that more families should do family counseling before the wedding to hash out any tensions or misunderstandings?
I think it should be if it is genuinely like a real big, there are big issues.
Okay.
If there's big issues, yes. But if there's issues that's been like swept under the rug that's really just not touched on or just been held on and ain't been talked about for real.
Yeah.
Then it's like something should have been said ahead of time.
Okay. So only if they're big issues.
Yeah.
So still do couples counseling. Y'all still need to do couples counseling
because a lot of a lot of family stuff, in my personal opinion, a lot of family stuff that the individuals or whoever family it is should talk to their family and have them, because it's all it pretty much is just not want to let go of whoever it is, and they're just overly
not liking somebody.
Yeah, but I'm saying overly concerned about what the other one's doing today, significant other, or child, mother, cousin, brother, sister, so it's a whole bunch of just relax and
release.
This is change, and people don't like change and things of that sort. And so a lot of it was, and this is not our first time watching the show, a lot of it was solved that I've seen because they actually had a sit down conversation and talked to and got to know each other. And that's another thing part of it. A bunch of them don't even know each other. They just see him in passing, or just, I sit here at the barbecue and this and, but you don't talk to them, or you say, hey, bye, this, that, or small talk. But if you ain't sitting there, get to know them and don't know how they are and what's really going on and what's this, that, and the other, because it was plenty of them after they had, understood what was going on. They were like, oh, see, now I know, I get to know you, this, that, and the other. Then they all kumbaya then. Kumbaya. And then they like, yeah, you got my blessing.
So that eliminates the I know where they're coming from standpoint. That statement. I hate that statement. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just one of them. Another one. Add it to another one of my pet peeves. But they were just, no, stop making excuses. No, they weren't. Jeez. You personally can't be the judge of it if you don't know them like they know them. But if I have personal experience and bad,
that's your personal experience.
If I have bad experience with them, then yes, I can.
That's what I'm saying. That's your personal experience.
Oh, okay. So that means I'll be the oddball out. I'm the only one that's experienced with the bad behavior.
That's your personal experience.
Oh, okay. But what if other people have experienced that as well?
Then it's totally different.
Oh, so that means it's a problem with them, right?
Yeah. If everybody's having the same problem with them, like, yeah, we know that they.
But what if they don't realize it?
That and the other. We just said that they are the issue of everybody.
But what if they think they're not the issue? Then what do you do?
That's a self thing they need to reflect.
Oh, okay. So that everybody need to fall back and let them have a self-reflection.
I don't know. Sometimes people need help.
Oh, child. Oh, I'm not in that business.
We know. We know.
I can refer you. I do have some psychologist friends I can refer you to for counseling.
That's why they get paid.
Yeah, because that's one job I can never do. You come to me like, listen.
We know.
I be in there like, you said what? Girl, did you really? Girl, really? Girl, get out of my office. We not even do this today. Yeah, that's not my calling in life, you know. I've realized that, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. So yeah. So anything else you want to say?
At least you not cold like the lady that we was watching a few years ago. I don't believe in no hugging, no kissing.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, you gotta know yourself. You gotta know your strengths and weaknesses, and the whole, you know, I'm here for you, sentimental.
That's not your ministry.
Softball. Nope, that's not my ministry.
ministry.
You know, you have to be really in good with me for me to be like, all right, come here, let me give you a hug.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you getting.
Because if it's just somebody regular, I'd be like, that is a sad story. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, pray for me. Pray for me. Yeah, just say a prayer. Whew. All right. So, this week's AMP topic. Got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Should your significant other, let's say you're engaged, should it be allowed? I don't want to say allowed. Can they
use
invite?
Another source?
Okay.
Use another source word.
Rewind. Can your significant other invite their ex to their bachelor or bachelorette party? Can they?
We know 95% is going to say no. And the 5 going to be like, well, I'm cool with mine.
Well, should they? What's your thought? No. You sure?
Like, why would your ex go to your bachelorette party?
Or what if you invited like one of my exes to your bachelor party? Like, is that crazy?
The only way he would be there if like y'all was cool and then I got cool some weird way.
So you would be okay like partying with my ex?
But it had to been like some real comfortable, real. I don't know. I've never been in that situation, but that's the only logical thing I can see for that ex to be there. Like, how long y'all was ex, man? We used to date like 10 years ago or something like that, and we're besties, and then
that's weird.
It is. That's why I said no.
That's weird. Like, I would never invite one of your exes to my bachelor party, or to a house party, or a Christmas party.
I wouldn't invite none of yours either.
Easter egg hunt, like nothing. Like, I just wouldn't.
Like, you not cool. I'm sure damn man.
She just pop up at the house. Hey, you remember her? You'd be like,
Right. No.
I just thought that was interesting. I think we saw that on the show too. Did we?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
That was on Love and Hip Hop New York.
Listen, y'all.
For those this season, for those who don't, keep up with it.
Yeah, I know from a couple episodes ago, you know, we disclosed that we had a little one, a little baby. So I've been on maternity leave for a long time. So I have been watching all types of ratchet TV that I'm just like, what? This is a show? Get out of here. So, excuse me. I just, you know, haven't been productive. I mean, I've been productive. I've been a mother. That's definitely a great job. But as far as going to work and actually using my brain for what I was hired for, I haven't done that. All right. Anything else you want to add, honey bun?
Oh.
All right, y'all. Good show. Thanks for listening. Another episode of our Journey of Love podcast. Be sure to follow and subscribe to all of our platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Podbean, and Spotify. As Bae like to say, we own
everything.
We own everything. So make sure you go follow us. And until next time, remember, love is patient, love is kind. Peace.